How's it going, Preston Outdoors fans? I'm your host here, Ethan Preston. Today I want to do a little bit different video for you guys. We're going to do kind of an unboxing video with a couple new items that I've picked up, new rods anyway, from KastKing. So I'm not going to bore you guys and take you through me uncutting the boxes and stuff like that. We're just going to hop right into it. For some of you guys are really interested in how rods are built with blanks and materials and stuff like that. So we're going to get into the first rod here. The first rod we're going to talk about is the KastKing WideEye Walleye Rod. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that below. Hit the little bell under there. Get a notification every time that I come up with a new video. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and don't forget about Snapchat, all my social media, so stay up to date. So, let's get into the video. And here we have it. This is the KastKing, one of the KastKing WideEye Walleye rods. It's part of their technique, or excuse me, their species specific rod lineup here. Again, this is their walleye rod. I picked up the 6/8 power jig rod. This is a medium action rod with a fast action tip, and kind of show you here, this is a cool green color, kind of that greenish color, obviously because it's a walleye rod, kind of the same color as the walleye here. And we got the classic cork handle here, kind of the exposed blank down there, and we have the KastKing logo on the butt as well. So the bare bones of this rod is around a Toray blank. That's what it's made of here, is Toray blank. What this does is increases sensitivity, limits the amount of weight, but also increases the breaking point and bending and action of the rod. In essence, it makes it lighter but tougher as well. Fuji line guides. These are Fuji tangle-free line guides all the way down. Fuji's the top brand when it comes to line guides for rods and stuff. They also make reel seats, which happens to be right here, as you can see right here, a Fuji reel seat, screw down style here. And KastKing decided to go with the classic cork handle. Another thing you can see here is the KastKing logo with that sharky head, and also the bait keeper underneath has the sharky head as well. Another cool aspect about this rod is I'm a bass fishing predominantly. I grew up fishing walleye here in the eastern part of North Dakota, lakes, rivers, stuff like that, trolling in the summer, ice fishing, what have you. If you fished walleye before, or if you haven't, just to let you know, most of the time the walleye tackle is a little bit lighter line, lighter rod, smaller baits for the most part and stuff like that. So, like I said, this is a 6/8 medium fast action tip, a little bit lighter rod than I normally fish in the summer when I'm fishing for bass. So, but the cool thing about this rod is when I first pulled it out of the box here, it is light as a feather. And to be exact, it is 3.80 ounces. This whole rod, before you add a reel and line and a bait on there and stuff like that, 3.8 ounces. Super light, super sensitive. Another aspect about this rod is that there is 13 different rods in the WideEye walleye rod selection. From one-piece spinning rods like this to telescoping trolling rods to two-piece rod, bait casting rods, stuff like that. There's 13 different styles of rods that'll fit your walleye needs. And as I said before, I have the 6/8 power jig rod. Now what I predominantly want to use this for is most of the time in the spring, sometimes summer, later in the fall, I fish a lot of rivers for walleyes. I'm fishing the river below dams with more current, stuff like that. So I need a rod that's sensitive, a power jig rod, but I also need something with a little bit of beef on there, because when I start, for a walleye rod anyway, because when I hook a fish, you know, if you catch some pike or some suckers, even a few of the bigger walleyes, they will run to the current and take you down the river. So I need a little bit stronger rod to where I can turn their heads a little bit and kind of control the situation that I'm in. So after I'm done with this video and I have a chance to get out and use this rod, hopefully catch some fish on it, since we just got the ice out here, catch some fish on it. I'm going to be doing a rod review video here in the next couple weeks, letting you know how I did, how I liked it. I'm presumably going to really like this rod just for how sensitive it is. And some of the reports, some of the guys up that actually created this rod up in the northwestern part of the country, some of the reports and pictures that I've seen is very, very phenomenal. So I'm very excited to use this rod. If you're thinking about a walleye rod and you're thinking about, you know, you don't have a lot of money to spend, some of the other companies up there, you're spending $150 to $200 to $300 for a walleye rod. And for this rod specifically, the 6/8 power jig rod, you're looking at under $100. So if you haven't already, checked KastKing out already, I'm going to have the link in the description below for this rod, and also the other bass rods that I've used already over the last year or so, and the links below so you can check them out. Again, this is Ethan Preston from Preston Outdoors. I'm really excited to get this thing out and try and catch some walleyes here this spring. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Tune in next time to Preston Outdoors.